Hello everyone, welcome to Shopee Master 101 and to How to Sell on Shopee Malaysia series. Today we will be talking about how to process sales. So the sales sections are here, shipment and orders. We touched on the shipping settings a little bit last time, where you will select your shipping options and the days to ship and whether to activate thermal printing if you have a thermal printer, which will transfer the waybills to A6 size so you can print on thermal paper with using thermal printer. Now we want to talk about sales. The sales are generally these two sections, which are displayed here in this rectangle over here. So I don't really touch these buttons normally. So we have sections for the sales. Now, of course, since this is not an active shop, we don't have any sales here. So we have the unpaid section, which is people placing orders, but not making payments. So if you receive an unpaid order, sorry, so for example, in my shop over here, I have an unpaid order here. If it's open, just wait for it. So this is an unpaid order, as you can see over here. We will not proceed with shipping this order until the customer actually makes payment. All right, so when you go to the unpaid page, it will show you the details of the order, the name of your customer, the product that you are selling, the title, the variation that the customer has chosen, the SKU of the SKU of the product, the quantity, make sure you're shipping the correct quantity, the price, the payment method, the status and the channel that the customer has chosen, and then the action. Now, since this is only an unpaid order, the action is to check details. We will wait until the customer pays. This is 7-Eleven. Now it's 9 p.m. So, of course, if the customer wants to pay, I will have to wait until tomorrow. Okay, so back here, once the customer makes payment, the order will transfer from the unpaid section to the to ship section. The order will transfer to this place. Actually, in my other shop, I have an order. I used to have many orders today, but I already shipped them. Here, to ship. I need to ship this order. All right, so here is the details again. As mentioned, here we need to ship this order and the channel of the shipment and the action that we need to take. Now, depending on the channel, on the shipping channel that the customer chooses, you will be able to choose an action that is normally in normal circumstances, it will be arrange shipment. Now it's shipped because it's the others channel. This is the channel I use for drop shipping, as I mentioned before. So when you click ship, you have the option to select your shipping option and then also put in your tracking number. And then you will put ship. All right, when you click on ship, the order will move from to ship to the shipping section. Or if you are having the product itself and the shipping channel chosen is like Bosaju or GNT or whatever channel, then you will need to print the waybill and stick it on the product and take it to the post office yourself. Once the post office scans the product, the sale will transfer automatically from to ship to the shipping section. Again, back to my store. To the shipping section. Those are all shipped orders, as you can see, shipped. The channel again. So, this is how Shopee works. The customer will place an order, so they will make payment. Shopee will hold the money for you. It will notify you that there is an order that you need to ship. So you proceed with shipment, the order moves to shipping, and then Shopee will give the customer an amount of time until they confirm that they have received the product safely. So awaiting buyer to confirm receipt and acceptance by 14th of March. Now the point is, if the customer doesn't confirm that they have received the product safely by 14th of March, it will automatically assume that the customer received the product without any issues and then the order will be transferred from shipping to completed, where they will release the money to your wallet, right? Once the order moves to completed, you can rate the order. Let me check if there's anything I can rate. You can rate the order, rate the buyer to encourage them to rate you back, because rating is very, very important in the process of selling, right? If the product doesn't have any ratings, it will be very difficult to make sales in the beginning. So it is very important to do every effort possible for you to get the buyer to rate the product. So for example, you will rate the buyer, and then, for example, let me do that. Nice buyer. Rate the buyer, and then perhaps ask them in the chat to rate. Hi, kindly rate the product. Now I won't send this message because I believe this is a product that the buyer has already rated, but that's the idea, that's the main idea. You need to make every effort possible so that buyers will rate your products, so you can get ratings, positive ratings in the future, so you can have more sales in the near future for your products. Now, sometimes the status is unpaid, as I mentioned here. Here the status is unpaid. Shopee will give the customer a certain amount of time. If not paid until then, the order will be automatically cancelled. And also, sometimes the customers request to cancel themselves. So, if that happens and you accept the cancellation, of course you have the options to whether accept or reject the cancellation request. So if you accept the cancellation request, the order will move to cancelled. In cancelled, it will show that the order is cancelled, and then the buyer will get refunded depending on the payment option, and that is between Shopee and the buyer. You will not have to do any payments because Shopee is holding the money, right? So you still haven't received the money, so if the buyer cancels the order, they will receive the money back again. Now, you ship the product, right? I told you that Shopee will give an amount of time for the customer to confirm that they have received the product safely. If the customer didn't receive the product safely by this time, so for example, this customer, let's say he receives the product broken, so he wants to complain, so he will submit a return refund request. When that happens, you have two options. Either you will refund the customer immediately, or ask the customer to return the product to you and then refund him upon receiving the product, or you can dispute. Let's say, for example, you are sure when you ship the product that the product was safe, but the customer received it broken or not functioning or something, and you are sure that this is a shipping problem, it's not your issue. You have packed the product safely with bubble wrap and everything, but the customer still received the product broken. So it's a shipping issue, obviously. So you have the option to dispute, and then you and the customer and an agent from Shopee will be talking slowly about the case, and depending on the proof that you and the customer provide to the Shopee agent will decide whether to refund you or the customer or both, depending on the situation. I will not go too much into detail here because it's a headache, obviously. I just hope you don't get any return refund issues, but mostly if you are sure that you have shipped the product properly and have proof for it, go for a dispute and the issue should be solved. We've been through this, like, I've been selling for like 2 years or more, I think, right now, and I have only had like 30 return refund cases so far, so it's not that often, so you don't really need to worry about it that much. So basically that is all the selling process. First, the order will be unpaid, then the customer will pay, it will move to ship. You need to ship the item, whether if you're drop shipping or you ship it physically. Once the order is scanned or you enter the tracking number manually, the order will be moved to shipping section. Shopee will give the buyer a set amount of time to confirm that they received the product safely. After that, either the buyer will click order received or the amount will finish and the order will move to the completed section and the money will be released into your wallet where you will have to rate the order and ask the buyer to rate the product so you can get as much rating as possible. In case of cancellation, all the cancellation requests will be held here, and in case of return refund requests, they will be also held here. One last thing, if you want to see the order details, you can just click on any order to check the details, and by details I mean the order ID, which is this one. You can see also the customer address and more about the financial details. I would click, but I don't want to reveal any details for any customers since it's confidential, of course. So it's just simple. You just click and you will see all the details of the customer, their address, the details, because this is including the shipping fee that the customer pays, and you wouldn't receive it. Shopee will take the shipping fee unless it's the others channel. It will also display how much the charges that Shopee is charging you for this order and how much net you will be receiving from this order. So the financial details are also displayed in that page, in the page of order description, yes, order status or order details. All right, so that is everything about the sales, how to process them, how to go with them from start to finish, and I hope you get orders as soon as possible. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask them in the comment section below. Now, two things that I want to mention. I have been gone for a long while. I've been so busy lately, but now I want to put out more videos as much as possible and as soon as possible, of course. The second point that I want to mention is that I have created a Facebook group over here. It's called Shopee Masters. I'll put the link for it in the description. In this group, you can ask any questions relating to Shopee, or even if it's not related to Shopee, actually, just as long as it's e-commerce, just abide to the rules, like try to be respectful, don't break the rules. Let's just try to grow with each other. Ask any question. If I know the answer, I will answer you as soon as I can, probably during the same day, maybe within 1 or 2 hours. I will put the link in the description, and please subscribe because it's very important to me, and like the video if you like it, and I will see you again in the next video.